Why don't we just obliterate the gender as a category altogether? And then you would not have to identify as women, or as non-binary, or as anything related to gender. Weird, self-contradictory, almost as though there's no logic and these are all insane people.
The easier it is to define gender, the easier it is to keep the oppression going.
Definitions are oppression.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, definitions are dangerous. By the way, this is a typical line that the left likes to use. If you define things, that makes it dangerous. And they play all these semantic, idiotic, Martin Heidegger word games, and it's just ridiculous. What they do with gender is literally anything. Or if I say to you, tell me what dog means, and you say, member of the canine family. You say, well, how do you know? I mean, after all, do you know what's in that dog's head? Do you know what that dog is thinking? 4 legs, member of the canine. Well, I can say, well, some dogs have 3 legs. How do you know? Dumb games with pretty much any word, but they're now constructing an entire world narrative around it. It's amazing.
Womanhood to actual women. Great way to fight hierarchy, especially after 15 minutes of being one.
When you don't teach men to protect women, you get men who will victimize women. And when you don't teach women that they ought to cherish men who are responsible and good, all you end up doing is incentivizing bad male behavior. The feminist movement was not wrong when they said men are acting like pigs. They were wrong when they said women also ought to act like pigs, and that this is a solution to our problem. Because now what's happened is they got rid of all the traditional mores about how it's ought to be connected with love and ought to be connected with relationships. They got rid of all of that. It was just a bodily function now. That's the problem, right? So they create the standard where it's just basically a throwaway item, sort of like eating. And then we treat very differently when it comes to what we all know it is, which is a deeply important and intimate part of a person's life. And then we attempt to backdoor standards of consent that, frankly, don't make any sense in a real-life context.
So the solution to piggish men was to start a co-ed farm.
Always listen to people of color. Oh, hey, I'm a person of color, and I think modern anti-racist philosophy is a pseudo-religious cult that creates a false victimhood narrative, renders us powerless so that activists like you can save us and feel good about themselves.